But Jesus doesn't just come as king. He doesn't just come as prophet. He comes as priest. Jesus, our high priest, and this is so clearly seen in John chapter 17, where he prays the most profound prayer probably in all of Scripture. And in John 17, particularly in these verses, in verses 9 to 11, he says this. He says, I'm praying for them. I'm not praying for the world, but for those who you have given me, for they are yours. All mine are yours, and yours are mine, and I am glorified in them. And I am no longer in the world, but they are in the world, and I am coming to you. Holy Father, keep them in your name which you have given me, that they may be one, even as we are one. Here in this picture, we have Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane, just pouring out his heart for the church, pouring it out to his Father. He can see the cross looming large, and he is begging God, encouraging God, almost just asking the deepest desires of his heart to God, saying, God, I have done everything you have given me. I have poured my heart, my life, my soul into these people. Look after them, care for them, make them one like you and I are one. Jesus, the high priest, is pouring out his love and desire for his people. But Jesus is a unique high priest. In Paul, he calls him, he's a priest in the order of Melchizedek. Melchizedek, who pops up in Genesis, he is the king and priest. And while Jesus is king and priest, he's even more unique than Melchizedek, because Melchizedek was just king and priest, where Jesus is king, priest, and sacrifice. Jesus was preparing himself to lay himself down for the world. He was preparing to place himself in our stead for the world. As Paul says in Hebrews 1, that he was making way for himself to become the sacrifice once for all. Jesus isn't just king. He's not just a king who wants to do justice and the right thing. He is the prophet who calls his people back to himself. He is the priest that mediates for us, and he is the priest that lays himself down as the sacrifice for his people. This Easter, I want you to reflect on the whole picture of Jesus. The King, Jesus, the King that was humble, coming into his coronating sort of time on a small young donkey. Jesus, the prophet who got angry at injustice. Jesus, the prophet who prepared a people. Jesus, the prophet who made way for his people. Jesus, the prophet who prepared his people. And Jesus, the high priest, who prayed for his people, who poured out his heart to God for his people, who gave up his life for his people. This Easter, may you see the full, true picture of Jesus and his love and sacrifice and mercy for us. Have a great time. Amen.